Hey guys, welcome back to another independent review from SUPboarder magazine, and today we're going to look at the Kialoa Insanity Adjustable in the full carbon and the glass fibre. Kialoa started making outrigger paddles back in 1991, and then in 2003 Dave Chum, co-founder of the business, was contacted by Laird Hamilton to make him a stand-up paddleboard paddle. Very much the first sort of step into the stand-up paddleboard industry. So, the Kialoa Insanity Adjustable paddle wrench. There's a large blade that comes at 91 square inches, 587 square centimeters, and there's a small blade that comes in at 83 square inches or 535 square centimeters. The length of the paddle adjusts from a 5'2" paddler to a 6'6" paddler in both the carbon and the glass. The weight of the carbon is 538 grams and the weight of the glass paddle is 765 grams. And the retail price of the glass is £215 and the full carbon is £289. The adjustable unit they use is a patented lever lock system that they have, which you pull the lever up, slide up and down, and put it back in place. The materials both the paddles are made out of. The full glass paddle is made out of full glass with a single carbon wrap on the outside on the shaft. The full carbon shaft is obviously made from full carbon, and the blades are made out of fiberglass polypropylene, partly recycled material. And who this paddle is designed for? This paddle is designed for a recreational, all-round paddler that wants to have a slight bit of performance to them, but also have a very hard-wearing blade. Okay, so that's the specs and details that you can find on the Kialoa website and brochure. These are our SUPboarder first impressions and thoughts of these paddles. So the first thing you notice when you pick up this paddle is the blade is actually very light. Generally for a fiberglass or plastic blade, you're looking at a bit of weight. Here you can tell it's very light. Generally because if you balance the paddle in your hand, you can find that the paddle is perfectly balanced in the centre. The blade hasn't got hardly any weight to it at all, but it's still incredibly durable. What they've managed to do with this recycled material, the fiberglass, is unbelievable. The thinness of the blade, but the stiffness of it and also the durability of it is outstanding. I have no worries, you could smash that against rocks all day and you wouldn't get any delamination issues between layers, and it will be there 100%, probably year after year after year. Fantastic material in the blade, well done Kialoa with that. Onto the shafts. This is the glass shaft. So we've got between the glass and the carbon, obviously the glass is going to have a little bit more flex to it and the carbon's going to be stiffer. The carbon's going to be lighter and the glass is going to be heavier, and there's the price difference, and that's why it is. So if you're looking for a stiffer paddle, that you're a heavier guy or girl and you want a bit more paddling power, go towards the carbon. Most general paddlers, the glass paddle will be absolutely fine. The weight difference between the two is a little bit, it's not massively noticeable when you're paddling, it's more the flex. And then moving on from that, you get onto their lever lock patented system. This is an outstanding little bit of kit. All you do is you pull the lever back and then the paddle adjusts. You line it up with your arrow, push the lever down, and that's it, locked. Okay, now when this is locked, You cannot twist it. It is unbelievable. I've used lots of adjustable paddles, and some of the time, there's some good ones out there and there's some really shocking ones out there. Some of the times you adjust them, and after you've been surfing or paddling for an hour and they get water in there and wet, they will start to give. This does not give a budge an inch. And I also know after years and years and years it will still be working, because it's very simple how they've made this. Hold the noise. Piece of rubber at the bottom here, and inside the paddle there's a stainless bit of cord, and as you pull the lever, as you push the lever down, the cord goes up, which pulls the rubber washer tighter and making it fatter, and then it grips inside the tube of the paddle. Very, very simple. You can always do it up. There's a locking nut there, take the split pin out, there's a locking nut, do it up, and then it will always be tighter, so you can always get it tighter again. You never have to worry about stripping threads or anything like that, or the paddle moving or a bit of plastic breaking. So this is an unbelievably good, sure-proof, adjustable system. Okay, so when you want to put it back in, put your lever off, slide it back in, pop it like that. When we're also on this end of the paddle, the adjustment arrows and markings are very clear and very easy to understand. The nice thing about this, opposed to a different sort of paddle, is they've actually got the paddler's heights written on the paddle shaft. So I'm 5'11", so if I adjust this to 5'11", which is about there. Lock that down, and if you see here, that's generally pretty good. So it's an, obviously if you want to do some high performance paddling, more to put the hammer down, you might want a long paddle, or surfing you have a shorter paddle. But that's really a nice little feature. Nice arrow, so you think you paddle the way around, all nicely done. Very impressed, very, very impressed actually with this lever lock system. The only difference is between the carbon and the glass, between these two, is the carbon comes in a T-piece edition on the handle. So the handle has it's a carbon handle, but it's at a T-piece with a plastic lever, okay? What do they paddle like and what is the performance like? They're designed for an all-round based paddler. Somebody wants to do a bit of surfing and somebody a bit of fun club racing, and they'll do that absolutely fine. When you're paddling them, they are nice and stable in the water and they release nice and smoothly. Absolutely fine all-round based paddle. Are there any negatives or things that we can think about? To be honest, the paddle's made absolutely perfectly and really well engineered. The only thing you might be aware of is that your T-piece is only available on the carbon, so you can't get a palm grip. So the palm grip is available on the glass and the T-piece is available on carbon, so just be aware of that. Value for money, both these paddles are very competitively priced. At £215, the glass paddle is pretty much in the middle of the range of the price point, but you do get an unbelievably good lever system and you get a very, very hard wearing blade. So price point, really happy with that. They're basically an average sort of price point and they easily are value for money. The SUPboarder verdict for the Kialoa Insanity full carbon and glass adjustable paddle. An unbelievably well engineered, thought out paddle that's going to last you years and years and years.